welcome back to my nail channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the last video because I am going to be doing the same design in a different color. Here are the nails that I did in the last video. If you missed it, I will link it right here as well as in the description. I am going to be using this mixed 5-gram jar of glitter that I got in my August mystery box. I really love the color combination of this glitter. It's green and it has some yellow in it, so this is the glitter that I chose to use for this look. You can use whatever color glitter that you would like. I'm also going to be using the 000 clear base. This is the clear dip powder, and this is going to give a little bit of structure to those nails before I apply the glitter. So I'm taking my dip base, which is number 2, and I'm going to be doing some normal dip powder application, dipping into the clear dip powder. So I'm starting out by applying the dip base to the entire nail, and once the dip base has been applied, I'm then going to immediately dip my nail into the clear dip powder. I am doing this step to give the nail a little bit of structure since this glitter is not a glitter dip powder, it's just a loose glitter, so I did want to give a little bit of structure to these two nails. I am doing the same step for my middle fingernail as well. This step is a little bit optional since the jelly tips do have a good amount of strength to them, but personally I just wanted to do a clear layer of dip powder to make sure that these nails are as strong as the other ones. After that layer of dip powder is dry, I'm going to take my mermaid tail fluffy nail brush and dust away all of the excess dip powder. I'm now going to be applying the glitter, and to apply the glitter, I'm just going to take the dip base, which is number 2, and apply this to the entire nail. Right after applying the dip base, I'm going to dip the nail into the jar of glitters. After I've dipped the nail into the glitter, I'm going to tap away the excess and then lightly tap onto the glitters to make sure that they're pushed down into the dip base. This is going to give me a smoother surface and make sure that all of the glitters are in the perfect place. I'm going to repeat the same step for my middle fingernail. For the next nail, I'm going to be using the nude dip powder. This is number 23. This is one of my favorite nude dip powders that I own. I really love this color of dip powder, so I'm going to be doing an ombre nail. For the ombre, I'm taking a small fluffy makeup brush, and this is to ombre the dip powder into the glitter. I'm going to start by taking the dip base, and I'm going to apply this onto the entire nail. I'm going to quickly pick up my small makeup brush and dip it into my nude dip powder color. I'm going to angle my nail down towards the dip powder jar and slightly tap that dip powder color onto the base of my nail. I'm going to lightly tap off the excess and then dip the nail into the glitter. I'm going to tap away the excess glitter, and that's the first layer of the ombre nail. For the index nail, I'm going to be doing a French tip nail, so I have the French tip dip powder tray. I am going to be using the color 420, which is called Black Fox. This is a beautiful black shade of dip powder, which is a little bit transparent. I'm going to pour that dip powder into the French tip dip powder tray. Then once I have the dip powder poured, I'm going to tap it onto the table to level out the dip powder. I'm then going to apply the dip base onto the entire nail. Then quickly dip the nail into the French tip dip powder tray at an angle. The more parallel that your finger is with the table, the curvier your smile line will be. The smile line was a little bit too thin, so I quickly went back in and made the line a little bit thicker. Tap away the excess dip powder, and I'm going to quickly dip my nail into the nude dip powder color. For the thumbnail, I'm going to be doing a solid color nail, and I'm going to be dipping into the color 420, which is called Black Fox. After all of the nails have dried, I'm going to dust away all of the excess dip powder and glitter from all of the nails. For the next layer on the glitter nails, I'm going to be dipping into the 000 clear base to encapsulate those glitters and prevent me from filing them off when I go to file and buff the nail. I'm going to be doing another layer for the ombre nail because the glitters did not really stick to the tip of the nail, and I do believe the reason for this is I was not being quick enough, so the dip base dried a little bit before I was able to dip into the glitter, and that prevented the glitters from sticking onto the nail properly. So if you're going to do this, make sure to be very quick. I'm also going to be doing another layer on the French tip nail as well. When doing your second layer of dip powder on your French tip nails, you do want to make sure to only dip the nail to your previous smile line. This will give you a clean and crisp smile line. And of course, I'm going to be adding a second layer of dip powder onto my thumbnail. And for the last layer of dip powder, I'm going to be encapsulating my ombre nail just to make sure that I do not file off those glitters when I go to file and buff the nail. Once all of those layers are fully dry, I'm going to dust away all of the excess dip powder. The next step is to apply your activator, which is number 3. Applying this is going to harden all of the layers of dip powder and make sure that your nails are ready to be filed and shaped. Then you're going to file and shape your nails. I'm using the Bellavina 180 grit hand file. I'm going to start by reshaping the free edge of my nails. And I'm also going to be filing over the surface of the nail to make sure that everything is smooth. I'm also going to be doing this to all of the other nails. Here's what they look like after they've all been filed and shaped. Next, I'm going to take a matte gel top coat and I'm going to apply this onto the 2 glitter nails. You can use a glossy gel top coat if you would like, but for the look that I was going for, I did want a matte finish on these 2 nails. Instead of curing the nails separately, I did decide to cure them all together. So for the other nails, I'm taking the Bella Vena No Wipe Gel Top Coat, and I'm going to be applying this to all of the other nails. I'm also going to be applying a holographic butterfly nail sticker onto the ombre nail. I will be using the Bella Vena tweezers to pick that sticker up. To apply the butterfly nail sticker, I am going to be applying this into the wet gel. So I'm applying that glossy gel top coat onto the ombre nail, and while the gel top coat is still wet, I'm going to pick up that holographic butterfly nail sticker and apply this directly into the wet gel. You do want to make sure to push out all of the air bubbles and make sure that the sticker is in the correct place. Of course, I did add the gel top coat onto the thumbnail as well. And after the gel top coat has been applied to all of the nails, I am going to do a full 1 minute cure under the UV LED lamp. And for the design of these nails, I'm going to be doing a sugaring effect, so I'm taking my 000 clear base. I'm also going to be using my cuticle pusher to pick up the dip powder. And the black gel art liner from the Gel Art Liner collection. This is number 10 if you're curious. I really love these gel art liners. They're some of my favorite nail products at the moment. I'm finding ways to use them in all of my manicures. They do have a really fine brush, which is really good for detailed nail art and thin lines. So I'm going to start at the left side of the nail and draw a curved line going up towards the right side of the nail. I'm also going to be thickening up the edges of this line to give it a little bit more detail. I'm also going to be drawing a thinner line on the right side of the previous line just to give the nail a little bit more depth. I'm going to continue drawing lines over the entire nail until I'm happy with how it looks. Keep in mind this was done with my non-dominant hand, so the lines are a little bit more shaky than I would usually like. To create the sugaring effect, before I cure that layer under the UV LED lamp, I'm going to take the cuticle pusher and pick up the clear dip powder, and I'm going to sprinkle this over the wet gel. I'm going to very lightly tap away some of the dip powder, and then I'm going to cure under the UV LED lamp for 1 minute. I'm also going to be doing the exact same design on my pinky nail. If you guys are interested in any of these nail products, I will link them all down below along with my discount code, so make sure to go and check that out. I also decided that I wanted the French tip nail to be sugared as well, so I'm taking the same black gel art liner and I'm going to be outlining the French tip nail that I've created. And of course, before I cure that layer under the UV LED lamp, I am going to pour the clear dip powder onto the wet gel. After all of the gel has been fully cured, I'm going to take a manicure brush and remove all of the dust from the nails. I'm then going to take some clear polygel and I'm going to adhere these rhinestones onto the cuticle area of my index nail. I like to use polygel to adhere my big rhinestones to make sure that they stay in place. I am going to cure this into place, and I'm also going to be adding some rhinestones to the side of the ombre nail as well as the thumbnail. And here are the nails. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this design and which color you like better. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!